In this video, we'll see if we can use the ASMR cave texture to make a song in Ableton Live 11 Lite. Here's the Ableton Live 11 Lite interface. Ableton Live 11 Lite is a simplified version of Ableton. It reduces some of the sounds and reduces the number of tracks you can use, but it is often bundled free with musical interfaces. Just to note, we're using the Windows version here, but if you are using a Mac or another operating system, then you can do exactly what we're doing here. Just the shortcuts, the mouse movements might be slightly different. So we'll right click on the audio track and select delete, and do the same again on this one. So now we've got our two MIDI tracks. If we go up to the left hand side here, we've got the different categories. We're going to concentrate on sounds. You can see here the folders of sounds, and the top one says ambient and evolving. This is where we're concentrating today. Left click on that. And you can see here the second one down, ASMR cave texture. So the question today is, can we use this ASMR cave texture to make a song? So if we click on it, it's what it sounds like. You can mute the example with this headphone icon here. And then if we click and drag over to our first track in the top clip, let it load, you can see down here it's the ASMR cave texture is sitting here, which means this sound is loaded on this clip. We're going to leave everything as default. So it's really simple for you, and we can see whether a song can be created from this. You see it says drop audio effects here. You can also add other audio effects if you want to create more complex sounds, but we'll leave that for today. Along the bottom here, you can see that this tab's highlighted. This shows our audio effects for this particular track. The next one along shows the clip. So we'll double click on the top clip, and here we can edit our MIDI data. You can see here how long the clip is in bars. We're going to use a 12 bar chord progression today. So we'll change that to 12. Just click and scroll up, or you can also click and enter the number. You can see here it says scale. This is new for Ableton Live 11 Lite. So we'll click scale, and we'll use the scale of C major today. So this highlights the notes in the C major scale. If you click scale here, it hides the notes that are not in the scale that we're using. But we'll show the whole piano roll today. If you click on this headphone here and then click on a note, you hear the note that you're playing with the sounds or the effect chain that you've applied to that track. So we've just got the ASMR cave texture here that you can hear like that. We can also click and drag here where the magnifying glass is to zoom in or zoom out for our MIDI selections. Okay, so our 12 bar chord progression in C, we're going to use the chords C, F and G. So the first chord we need is C, and that has the notes C, E and G. So all the notes will be highlighted because we're using the scale of C major. So we'll scroll down a bit. We'll start here at C3. The piano roll, you can scroll up and down to different octaves if you want a higher or lower sound. And to enter notes, you just go to the note you're looking at. So here's C3, and double click. Creates a single note. You can see in the bottom right hand corner it says 1/16. So the default note when you double click is 1/16. You see this little handle here. If we click, left click and drag, we can change the length of the note. So that's now a C3 note length of 1 bar. So for the chord of C, we need a C, an E, and a G note. So we'll just add them. Okay, so that's a C chord for a bar. You can see across the top we've got 1, 2. This is 1 bar. So we need 12 bars in total. So our 12 bar progression, the first 4 bars just use the C chord. So we can just repeat this. There are several ways to do this, but I find the easiest way is to select the notes. So on Windows, you left click, hold and drag. And you can see the notes are highlighted. Then if we right click and click duplicate, you can also see there's a shortcut of Control and D. That will duplicate the selection right next door to the selection. So you can see now we've got a C chord played twice across 2 bars. So what we can do now is we need a C chord for 4 bars. We've got a 2 bar section. So again, we can click, hold and drag over all these notes. Right click, duplicate. Now we've got our first 4 bars, all of the 1 chord or the chord of C. So our next chord is the 4 chord, which is the F chord. That uses the notes F, A and C. So we only need 2 bars of this. So let's put the notes in. Double click on F. Scroll up. A. And we'll go up to the higher C here, F, A and C. So there's our F chord and we need it for 2 bars, so we can duplicate that. Okay, and then we'll go back to a C chord for 2 bars. And again, duplicate. So now finally we'll go to the 5 chord for 2 bars, which is G. G has the notes G, B and D. So we'll input the notes for the G chord. And we'll duplicate again. And then finally, we just need 2 more 1 chords, 2 more C chords. You see there, if you put a note in the wrong place, you can click and drag and it moves the note around. And then we can change the length. And duplicate again. Okay, so that's our 12 bar section. So let's see how it sounds. To play back, you can click on the clip, which just plays the clip in question. Or you can click on the play button at the top, which will play everything. So it'll keep looping round. We've definitely got a 12-bar chord progression. Whether you particularly like the sound is another question altogether, but you can hear the 12-bar chord progression in C. Okay, let's stop that. That's better. So what we'll look at now is whether we can create a melody using this strange ASMR cave texture to go with our 12-bar chord progression. The process is exactly the same. So we'll click and drag the ASMR cave texture from our ambient and evolving folder, and we're going to drop it on the top clip in MIDI track 2. So here's our sound again, exactly the same as before. Going to leave it as default. We double click up the top again. You can see the scale selected already, C major, the notes highlighted. We'll scroll up a bit to see if we can use a higher register for our melody. So we can preview the sounds as before. And what we'll do is we'll just put in some notes in C major and see if we can hear them above the chord progression. I've not changed the length here, it should be 12 bars. There we go. You can see both tracks are playing. If we come down here and click the S, that's solo, and it will just solo the track in question. We press stop. So let's play that. It's hardly audible. And if I double click on stop and click on S again, so we're no longer soloing, press play. So I don't think we're going to be able to create a melody with this ASMR cave texture. It just doesn't cut through at all. It gets eaten up in that weird sound. But you can discern a 12-bar chord structure. Whether you'd want to listen to it is another story altogether. But so to answer our question, can you create a song using the ASMR cave texture? Yes, you can. Would you want to create a song using the ASMR cave texture? I'll leave that one up to you, but comment below if you have any strong opinions about this. Thanks for watching. You've now witnessed the ASMR cave texture in Ableton Live 11 Lite. Please like and subscribe to Songwriting Explained for more songwriting content. If you'd like another Ableton video, then there's one on screen for you now.